So my name is James Stevenson and this is my pitch. So my idea, how to be a music producer in 2018. For this I will be talking to a local producer called Greg Webster who comes from the Sunlight Centre. So yeah, that's my basic idea. The hook. Feel creative with the power of music. The reason I've chosen this is when you write music, when you compose music, when you produce music, you feel inspired, you just feel creative really. So my plan here is when you read this hook, you really feel motivated to kind of know what I really want to do. Now the genre will be as you can see, a documentary. The idea with this is damn it. So what I want you to see is how you can do things like this, how you can set up the mics, how you can mix things like that. That's what I'm trying to show. So yeah, so that's basically my rough plan, and I will also show the changes from the 1980s to now, and how things have changed from then with things like Macs, computering, mixing tech things. They have all changed since then because life has gone from then so much. Things have changed, and we've got Macs. We have new cameras and things like that as well. Like, things have really changed from back then. So it's quite interesting to talk about that as well. I think people like that. So I'm going to talk about that as now. Now, as for the rationale, this will help my skills because I will have to film for him, which could be used for his website potentially. So this could be used in like the real world, and I think potentially that could be something really good to do, and that could also help my skills. So yeah, I could also have the camera angles, which I could do, which will help me as well. So I can learn things like that, so that'd be good. Now as for the target market, it will be males and females from 14 to 25. The reason I have chosen this is because from the age of 14 you start to think for your future and what you want to do, and usually by when you reach to 25 you roughly know what you want to do. So from 14 you start to think, what could I do? Maybe I could do that, maybe not, but at least you start to think about it. But at that age, to 25, you then know, okay, here's my life path, let's try this, let's do this, let's try and make something meaningful in my life, and do something like that, and find what you want to do in your life's aspiration. So that's what I'm going for there with my target audience. Now the research, my primary research will be done whilst talking to the actual producer whilst I do the interview, and as for secondary I will watch various documentaries for inspiration and help, which will help me work out the shots that I can use and things like that. Yeah, as for the characters, so the music producer will be Greg Webster, James Stevenson, yours truly, will be the cameraman, recording artist, and also the person who does the interview. Conrad Bidkowski will be cameraman number 2 as well, and Curtis Berry will be cameraman number 3. So we have loads of different angles, and I think with this we can make this look really good because there's 3 different angles here, and we can really put this together, and I think potentially we could be on something really cool here. So I'm excited to film it, so I think it'll be cool. Now as for the locations and permissions, it will be at the Sunlight Centre in Gillingham, as you can see there. So basically I'm hoping to film on Wednesday of May, hopefully. It has been planned 10 till 12, but I need to get loads of things done for then. So I have this weekend, Monday and Tuesday, to get loads of things done. But I think if I can do it, I think I can. Hopefully Wednesday 10 to 12, I can get it filmed with Conrad and also Curtis. Get that filmed in 2 hours, and then by Thursday I can then work on the rushes, and suddenly things are starting to look really good with this project. So that's my plan. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try. And then from there I'll work out what I'm going to do. That's my plan there. Then as you can see there, that's Greg, that's the sound equipment, so just things like that, we can do things like that. As for the first shot, I'm thinking you can start from outside of the Sunlight Centre, and then you roam in, you walk through, you basically have to walk through them doors first person, turns in, and then once you make it to the actual studio, it cuts to your camera, and it then shows me and then Greg, and then we just start the interview, so it kind of shows a diversity from first person to... So I'll have to work on that, but I roughly know what I want, so which is good, so that'll help when I make a storyboard and things like that in a couple of days. Now health and safety, I think this will be safe. The only things I can think of is really cables when filming with things like tripods we need to be wearing. So that's the only thing I can think of. And then as for the first person shot from outside, we have to think of the public when they walk past, as we don't want them to collide, or so we have to look out. So I could get Conrad and also Curtis to help me say, you'll have to wait because someone's walking past, something like that. So that's my plan for health and safety. Legal, I think it will be absolutely fine. As for the background music, it will either be completely copyright free on my own, so there isn't going to be any problems there. And as for ethical, I also don't see any problems there. So as for that, idea is completely fine. Costs, now this will cost nothing, which is great, but that's all thanks to this college, because without this college, each camera is at least $350, I saw online apparently, so it would be cost like $1,000, it would be crazy. So thanks to the college, we can do it for free, which means we have the opportunity to make something really cool and awesome for our final major project, which can help us with our things. Yeah. Now, as for lighting, it will be natural lighting, so I think that will look good because it will look kind of realistic to what it would be like when you walk in. That's my idea with that. The camera movement will be long shots, close up, also roaming shots, and loads of different shots. I've got loads of ideas. Also maybe some action actions, just so we can fit things in with like the music as well. I think that could work. Now, as for props, it will be 3 cameras and also 3 tripods. And as for costume, it will be wear what you want. So t-shirt, jeans, just normal things, what you wear. And yeah, that's my pitch. How to be a music producer with producer Greg Webster, 2018.
Okay, well done. Excellent. Yes. Is there any questions, guys? Is there anything that you'd like to ask James? No. Okay. I've just got a couple, not questions, more comments that you might want to think about. You're going to do, it's how to be a music producer in 2018, so it's very much on Greg, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think as well, because what you're doing here is you're producing a promotional video for Greg and the studio as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think perhaps you want to do something just a little bit more in terms of you need to try and promote Greg and the facilities. Yeah. And I think just to do that all as an interview with him, that might not be enough. Okay. Would it be possible for you to, for instance, interview some other people that he's worked with?
I could try to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're producing him, you're promoting him as a music producer.
Yeah.
And it would be nice to get the point of view of other people who have worked with him and have been promoted by him.
Yeah.
Because that's his testimony, if you like. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be really useful. Otherwise, it's just all going to be
just
from him all the time. Yeah, and that's a lot to ask in terms of the audience just watching one person all the time.
Yeah.
So it's that in terms of people who've been produced by him, but it's also the facilities, isn't it, as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, so you can hire out the equipment, you can hire out the facilities, can't you?
Yeah, you can.
So you don't necessarily have to have Greg producing you.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So again, that might be other people that you could sort of say...
Also talk to.
Yeah, talk to who have used the facilities, what they think of how professional the facilities are, how easy they are to use. Is there any support given by Greg and other people to help you?
Yeah.
And in that way, you're producing much more of a promotional video for Greg and his facilities that he could then use within his website.
Yeah.
So it's rather than it just being how to be a music producer, it's how good a music producer Greg is and how his facilities are fantastic that you can go and use them, sort of thing. I think that's probably what you were aiming at.
Kind of, yeah.
But you just don't get sort of sidetracked by just talking about being a music producer, because I think it's more about Greg and the facilities that he offers.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay. So that's something that you could talk about. As far as your costs are concerned, there is a media rate card, so we can work out the costs on the budget. Okay. So that you can actually work out, how long it takes you to do something, but hiring out certain various equipment, various audio software, things like that. There, you could also sort of put in costs for. You've got camera people here, haven't you? You've got Curtis and you've got Conrad. Yeah. So you're not going to pay them, obviously, but you could add a virtual cost into that as well.
Yeah.
And also, you could think about food expenses and travel expenses and things like that within your budget.
Yeah.
So that's something that we could do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, apart from that, the only other thing is the Sunlight Centre is a community centre, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So I think that's important that you bring that across, because he's chosen to work in that environment because he wants to be at the centre of the community. Yeah. And I think that it'll be nice to bring that across. So maybe just put a little bit of something about the Sunlight Centre and his place within that. Okay, I think that would be useful to do as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's a lot to do with it up there,
Yeah.
but very nice pitch, well put together. I think the key thing here is that you're really enthusiastic, you're really passionate about what you want to do within this,
Yeah.
and therefore I think that's gonna come across within your project.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks.